Hey, what's going on? It's that time for word of the day, Wednesday. Come on, somebody. I'm officially finished with my one another study. I just counted them this morning. I did 10. You go check those out on my IGTV, on my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio of Instagram. Just moving on with different things that pop up from my study. And One of the things that popped up actually today was Hebrews 11:1. So man, let's dive in. Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see." Right? So I did a soap earlier with my friend Jared. It was super good, just pausing, on that verse. It's like the first verse that I read in, my time that I was studying. And, a lot of times, man, we'll, breeze past something, or we, read this like all the time. It's like, oh yeah, I get it. But I just took some time to focus and, think about this one. And the first thing that popped in my head was the second half of that verse. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. And another thing that I thought about was fear is the same thing. Fear is the same thing. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. When we get into fear, man, we may be fearing a future that hasn't happened yet, a situation that hasn't happened, but we get into fear even though we can't see it, right? And I was just, thinking about it, like faith and fear are fueled by the same power, our imagination, right? What we think. But faith, here's how it differs. Faith paints a picture of a reality that we hope for, right? The first half of that verse. And fear paints a picture of a reality that we do not desire, right? And so you got to ask yourself this question. This is the question that I asked myself this morning. What realm will I spend most of my conscious hours in? Fear or faith, right? And, what picture am I painting with my thoughts? Am I painting a picture that's constantly afraid of what may happen? That's, man, expectant. Like, what, man, things are going to turn out well. Like, I'm going to wake up and, man, work is going to go awesome today. I'm going to, man, have faith and paint a picture of, man, that promotion that will come, or that financial breakthrough that will come. Or am I going to paint a picture of fear? Like, the bills aren't getting paid. Man, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know how this is going to happen and all this stuff, and then going back to that whole thing about evidence, super great picture, and I remember, we're going through the story of Joseph at church, and one of the things that our pastor touched on was the enemy loves to show evidence that gets us to doubt, right? When Joseph was thrown in the pit and his brothers grabbed his coat and, brought it back to his father, they didn't say, Joseph was killed. They literally just showed him the coat as evidence that Joseph had been killed. I think about, man, Adam and Eve in the garden, right? The serpent is like, here's this apple. This is evidence that you could be like God. And I feel like the enemy doesn't have any new tricks. He's constantly trying to present to us evidence, of like, man, that doctor's report, or man, that those bills piling up and you not having enough money to, get them taken care of, or man, just fill in the blank, that situation that you're fearing, that relationship that may be on the rocks, and the enemy's constantly presenting evidence to get you into fear, because if he can get you into fear, man, that's the realm that he dwells in, and that's his sweet spot. That's like, man, getting into a shark in water, right? A shark can't do anything on land. A shark is, man, harmless on the beach, but a shark in water, man, could tear you up, right? The enemy in faith is harmless, but the enemy in fear, man, can tear you up. All right. That is right. Eddie is a shark. He's a baby shark. Anyways, hope you guys are encouraged by that. Always like to keep these short and sweet. You guys have a great day. All right.